We did have you on the show before and you ended up matching. What happened with your match?
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Okay. Well, welcome back. We're glad to have you. Hopefully we find you someone today.
Yeah, I remember him.
All right. So like
Comment
I
down
said,
below.
no one. Oh, okay. We did get a pop. Come on over here.
I don't remember him. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Kevin, man. Back in another video. I found the video. The like button.
Hello. Welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Jovanay.
Jovanay, how old are you?
28.
28. And what do you do?
I am a assistant community manager, and I'm also working to get my real estate license right now.
Okay. All right. And now what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to gather my friends and family together. I like to, honestly, I like to turn on my music and pour some wine and cook. Just hang out at home with my dog, and just sometimes I like to go out, but it just depends on like where we're going. But yeah.
All right. And now what are some things you look for in a man?
I look for an honest man, a man that has a lot of patience, one that is, you know, emotionally stable as well, someone that is on a path to spirituality with the Most High. So I look for that.
Okay, got it. And now what are some of your red flags? Like that you...
Infidelity
breakers, I guess I
is a
should
red flag. Infidelity, any domestic type of situation. So if you're not able to handle a conversation or have a mature conversation, I just don't do loud conversations at all. That also has to tie in with the emotional maturity as well. So those are like my main red flags. Also, someone who's not able to set a boundary for themselves and also respect boundaries as well. So.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. So as you see here, we have no pop balloons.
Cool.
So what that means, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it on over to you.
Okay.
So for the first round, I am gonna have you pop, how many balloons should we do? Let's do 2 balloons.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you pop 2 balloons just based off of, you know, who doesn't really fall into your type or whatever it may be. So let me hand you this, and you can just go ahead and pop those 2, and I'll ask you why you ended up popping.
Dang. Okay. Okay.
Okay, and one more. All right, we can stay down here.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's start with your name and age.
What's up? I'm Justin, 34.
Okay, and Justin, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Well, she's very well spoken. She seems like a lady who knows what she wants. You know, I'm approaching 35. I feel like I've done what I need to do as a young man, and I'm stepping into the next level. She seemed like she was up there at the next level. Other than that, that's the only reason why I kept it unpopped.
Okay, got it. So why did we end up popping his balloon?
It is just the height.
Missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just be the height for me, I would say, or just my physical type.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are very handsome. You're well dressed, though. I love the shades.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like the guy that you would call on the weekend.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, show his
Let's
shot.
go back over here.
Show his
Your
shot.
name and age.
Paul, I'm 39.
Okay, and Paul, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Just it's well put together. I kind of saw the height thing coming. I'm 5'10", but just with heels, not really cutting it, I guess.
Okay, so he thinks height is the reason why. Is that why he's not your type?
Honestly, to be honest, I had to pop a balloon. Honestly,
Okay.
I had to pop a balloon. You guys all look great, so I just had to pop a balloon.
Okay, so he is someone that is your type?
Yeah, I would definitely give it a try. You know, I'm not necessarily always about physical, but I had to pop a balloon. So
It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, respect.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna have you ask these guys a question just to help you narrow it down.
Okay. How would you say that you tend to deal with conflict? Anytime that there's an issue, are you the type to walk away? Do you need a moment? Do you have to talk right then and there? What would you say, like, how do you tend to deal with conflict?
Okay. Your name and age and the answer to your question.
So my name is Josh. I'm 39.
There you go.
How I deal with conflict is basically I'm slow to respond. So matter of fact, I'm sorry, react. So I rather respond, right? So that's just how I deal with it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Well, okay.
You want to add more?
He wasn't finished.
What about you? How do you you know?
I like to take time also because I know myself. I know that I'm working on myself as well. So I definitely am the type of person who likes to take some time because I know we're going to come back. I'm the type of person that will always come back and talk about it. So, but yeah, if you could just respect what I'm trying to grow into, you know, as long as my person is there where I'm trying to grow and behavior traits that I'm trying to unlearn, that's exactly what I need.
Okay.
So
If I needed some time to gather my thoughts, are you the type to kind of like, you know, you need the answers now, or you're gonna give me if I say I need, you know, some space? Is that okay?
yeah, absolutely. If you're able to communicate, I need space because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to let you know I need some space. I'm not just going to not talk or not say anything. But as long as you're able to let me know, okay, cool, I know we're still good. We can, we're okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right, let's go to our next person here. Your name and age
Sound
and
like
the
they
answer
had
to
an
your question.
agreement. Like, you
Hi,
feel me?
my name is Baddie. I'm 36. I deal with conflict.
Yeah.
So mostly what I usually do is I don't usually get mad. I'm more like a fun player. I like to joke around a lot. So even it's very hard for me to get mad. So if I did get mad or whatever, what I usually do for the most part is I just take a space, little break, then think about the whole thing. What was the reason why we were mad about? So and I'll talk to you about it, and I'll be like, you know what did I do wrong? And you just let me know, and we'll move on from there.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Our next guy, your name and age and how do you deal with conflict?
My name is Kenneth. My age is 35. Conflict, if it goes hand in hand with like a disagreement, I would say disagreements should be handled like, shouldn't be escalated. If two people care about each other
Right.
and the relationship is important, it shouldn't go that far.
Right.
So if they value the relationship, it should be talked about. So it'd be de-escalated real quickly.
Absolutely.
So that's what I think.
Okay, good.
Okay. Name and age and how do you handle conflict?
My name Johnny, age 34. I'm growing. I used to break stuff, but
I remember
as I
that
get
too.
older, I learned that the best thing to do, if you can't handle or compose yourself, is
Y'all see her face? She about to pop that nigga.
to just kind of walk away until you kind of like, can regain and, be in a mature space that you can talk about the situation. But like, I'm still in the process of growing, but I think just walking away from the situation and then just being like, we can talk about it later, because right now I'm just at the agitated state.
Yeah.
So just like, just knowing yourself
Yeah.
and,
Okay, thank you.
to be honest.
She popping.
Our next guy, your name and age and how do you handle
Damn.
conflict?
My name is George. I'm 35. I handle conflict by first taking my time. I don't like to overreact because overreaction is the worst reaction in my book. But I like to take my time, come back, give me about like a day or so to come back, and then we can resolve what we had going on.
You always need a day? Like that's your
Not
time frame?
No.
Okay.
No,
It
not at all.
can take a day.
It can.
Okay.
At the most.
Damn.
But you're able to communicate
I'm
stuff,
very
right? You're not a silent treatment type of person?
No,
Okay.
not at all. I'm very communicative.
how I get her.
You know what I'm saying? But at the day at the most. But I'm very communicative.
Okay.
I'm very, very communicative.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Time to pop some balloons. I am going to have you pop 2 balloons.
Jeez.
I know. Based off of what you heard, whatever it may be, go ahead and pop those 2.
Damn, I
Gotta
told
do
you.
it.
That will be on it.
Okay. and then one more.
You saw the look on her face, nigga. She said,
Okay.
hell.
Let's start right on over here. Why did we end up popping his?
It's really hard. I had to pop my balloon. Honestly, if I had to say, it would just be our. I don't want to say it's a physical connection. We're only going off of a few questions right now, so I have to play the game and pop a balloon. So, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Just curiosity to get to know the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is she someone that's your type?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes her your type?
It's pretty though.
I love originality, original hair, just everything. It's just her. You know what I'm saying? Put together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And let's go to our next guy here. Why do we end up popping his balloon?
Okay, I do have a reason why I popped your balloon, and it was because you say that you have a history of domestic violence, and it's not okay for me. So I had to pop your balloon for that reason.
I understand. I mean, I just was being honest, and I, did state that I'm working on it, and
Absolutely.
that I have different methods.
He's still working on it. Oh shit.
So dealing with situations, but it wasn't like physical with a woman. It's just like I said, break things.
Yeah.
But that's still,
Yeah.
in that range. But I'm learning and growing every day. You're very beautiful, and you just definitely give off good vibes and got direction and know where you're going. And I definitely someone I would be attracted to.
Thank you.
Talk to, but thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
We like that.
Okay, so we do have 3 balloons left. Go ahead and ask these guys another question.
What would you say? What have you guys have identified about yourself? Any characteristics that you would say has made it challenging for you guys to have a successful relationship? I.e., a toxic trait.
She don't like none
Okay,
of that
let's start down
toxic
there.
shit.
We always start with him. Let's give him some time. All right, the answer to her question?
My toxic trait is I tend to move fast. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm working on it though. I'm working on being patient and just taking my time.
Okay.
Yep.
I appreciate that honesty.
No problem.
Okay. Let's go to our next guy over here. The answer to her question.
Sorry, can you ask that question again? Because it seems like it was in 2 in 1.
What characteristic traits about yourself that you've identified and noticed that you can say be a toxic trait to your relationship?
Well, for me, I joke around a lot in my relationship, and I mean, I'm good at that. Sometimes that could be like a defense mechanism for me. So I think that might be like a little. But I do know when to be serious though. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but I'm just very I'm not really confrontational kind of a person, especially towards female, and I'm not. Yeah.
So it can come off as like dismissive or nonchalant?
No,
is what you're saying?
no. I just joke around a lot. Like this hasn't we're having a conversation about. Let's talk about a sport now. I'm the one that might tease you over that. So yeah, I'm that kind of a person.
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next guy.
Yes, my name. So,
You can say your name again, but the answer to the question.
So my name is Josh. I believe a toxic trait that I have, possibly having some difficulty opening up. So that's like something I struggle with. So I want to know more about you, but I've noticed that people said that I have difficulty open up. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You know what time it is. Time to pop.
Okay, how many?
1.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Okay. All right. So why did we end up popping his balloon?
Not that it would ever be an issue, but I'm a Pisces, so
like we already know who she picking, but I'm saying Kobe on it because I'm getting the order correct. Simple. Come on, man.
entire life revolves around emotions, so sometimes it may be taken the wrong way. If you're playing and I'm really serious, it may come off as a misunderstanding, and of course in that heat of the moment sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to understand that person where you're coming from, and mainly more so it's just going to be the whole joking matter, I guess, and I had to pop a balloon, so.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Thank you very much.
And so why did you have your balloon unpopped for her?
I was just curious, trying to see what she's all about, and you do look good, by the way. So yeah, I like her energy, her flow, very calm. So yeah.
Cool. Thank you. All right, guys, any questions for her? We got one down here.
What is 3 characteristics that people will say about you that stands out? I'm sorry, that didn't sound right.
No, I understand what you meant.
Okay, thank you.
I'm very personable. That's
Okay.
one characteristic. With that, I'm a goofball. I like to play, but don't let him hear that. And I would say I'm very thoughtful. That's also another characteristic that people would say about me.
Okay. Cool.
Good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry, bro.
All right, you had some time to think. What's your question?
It's over with.
Okay, question. So, sexuality is a very big thing for me. Exploration, are you into that? Is that too much of a forward question right now?
Whoa, what?
I'm gonna need a little bit more detail.
Okay, I mean, just getting to a place where you're more vulnerable, and I guess
I'm open to that.
you're open to that.
Yes.
Okay, all right,
There's some freeze. Hold on.
okay.
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. The second girl in the lineup, you remember the one that's like into the Bible or whatever? She brought up the freakiness because she know he about that life. She knew who he was already. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right. All right, so it is time to pop a balloon.
Okay.
Oh, go for it.
So, the gym is a very big important aspect, right, of my life. So, what is your concept? Like, what do you think about the gym? Constant improvement. What are your thoughts on that? Are you into the
I
gym?
work out. I like to hike. I'm a very active person, so yeah, I go to the gym.
Okay. All right.
All right. Time to pop a balloon.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Damn. She already knew.
All right, so why do you end up popping his?
I love everything about you. I love that you wear your heart on the sleeve because I do as well.
Nice guys, finish
I love that
last.
you're thoughtful. You take your time
Simple.
with conflict and confrontation. I just feel like as far as a match wise, I just wasn't feeling that initial connection. I'm so sorry.
Shut up here.
Okay.
So, I know you thought hard for those questions. So I don't know if you have any final questions, but any final questions between either one of you?
I don't have any final questions.
No, me neither.
Okay, so is it a yes for you for her?
It's definitely yes.
Is it a yes for you for him?
It's a yes.
We got a match!
Alright, so I just wanted to see how he got his match. As you know, he on the most recent lineup and he got another match. But he didn't want to go into details why it didn't work out, man. Simple.
What exactly happened with the match from last time?
Put him on the spot.
I prefer. So what happened previously in previous relationships?
You don't
She's
wanna
not
talk about
here
it, okay.
to defend herself, so
Okay.
I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
That's
Good answer, good answer. Okay. Now they do got a follow-up video with his first match. You know what I'm saying? So look. Hey Kevin, hold on. I need a light, but I need a light for this. Simple. I need a light. Run them lights up.
Your question was something about like sexuality or whatever it is, and at first she was like, "Can you elaborate?" And then you kind of didn't finish elaborating. She was like, "Yes." Like, can you tell us like a little bit more detail what you were trying to say?
Yes, definitely. Like I was saying on the show, I feel like sexuality is definitely a very important aspect in a relationship, and if you don't have that sexual compatibility, then I think that's gonna actually make the relationship difficult.
Bro, it all made sense now with the girl in the second, bro. She knew all about him. That's crazy.
Just question.
Janaea Moore with 808 and Trinity. I'm 33 years old. I learned just to, I guess, not settle. So not allowing myself to overlook certain things that I need.
Good. Oh, I can't ask.
You want to ask?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
What are those needs?
I would say someone who can provide. It was some years ago, so I dated somebody like younger, and I was just like, someone who can provide. I need someone who can provide, and someone who can match me physically. And I mean, at that time, I was intimate. I'm not anymore. I'm waiting till marriage now. But at the time, he just didn't match me sexually, and I knew that even before we were intimate. So I should have just never done it.
Whoa. You really just said this on the Love Show in the front of the world? She a freak. Hold on.
It's going to be very difficult to continue. So, so yeah, definitely. I feel like, definitely a lot of exploration, but within the confines of like my partner's sexual boundaries. Does that make sense?
Okay. So he explained it a lot more now. I'm pretty sure you guys maybe spoke about it later. We don't know yet. Yeah. But what made you kind of say like yes before he was able to like finish fully explaining what he meant?
Wow.
I feel like I know what he meant to a certain extent as far as just being open to trying new things. Like he said, compatibility sexually is kind of important to a few people. I know that is one thing for me as well. So I knew what he meant, and just kind of saving ourselves some conversation for later. I was like, you know what? Yes.
Got it. And did the question like throw you off or anything? You seemed a little flustered afterwards, but I'm not sure if it was just...
Well, I wanted to know more of what he meant specifically, but I guess when he got to a point where he was mentioning vulnerability and just exploration, I just kind of was like, okay, we getting into some things. Yeah, that's that's what I took from it. So
okay, all right. Well, that's good. I'm glad y'all were able to understand each other. You know, us, us on the back end, we're just looking like, what's going on here?
I know what he meant. I ain't gonna lie.
But so kind of to get into you guys matching. So since you ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you guys hung out?
Yes. We hang out quite often. So yeah.
I love it. Okay. All right. How did the first date go?
First date, I feel like it went well. To my knowledge, I think we went and got sushi, I believe, the first date.
We went for drinks at Little Rituals.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
That was the second
you get
date.
sushi? It was the same day?
No, that was the second date.
Yeah, second date, yes. But we went to go get drinks downtown at Little Rituals. It was a nice rooftop bar, so
got it.
Nice dim lights and vibes.
And this was after filming, or was it the next day, or?
We went that Wednesday, so it was like about 3 days after, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And so how was the communication after you matched, like up to the point of you guys going on to that first date?
It was. Go ahead.
Okay.
So for me, I feel like that's something I do struggle with in terms of communication. So like I'm very busy with like the work that I do. So I'm like allocating a lot of my time with clients. So I think that me being mindful with Jované, and I think that took some time.
So from the day, I think the show was filmed on like a Saturday. You guys went on the date on a Wednesday. So you're saying it was the communication on your end that kind of pushed the date back to the Wednesday, or?
So yeah, communicate. No, I set up a time for Wednesday. I believe that was on Wednesday because I just was really busy. So that's just the time that I had within what I had to do. So
okay,
yeah.
If you want to hop in there.
So yeah, the night that we matched, we exchanged numbers and we planned for Wednesday.
Okay.
So that was fine. That worked out with our schedules. Leading up to the date, we had communication. We've spoken on the phone, on FaceTime for about like an hour or so before we before we went out. So we had some communication, but very minimal, like he was saying. But just, I mean, yeah, like he said, we were filling each other out as far as like our schedule and getting to know each other. So, but I mean, it was fine.
Got it. And so after that first date, you guys went out for sushi. You said the next date was sushi. Okay, who picked the sushi date?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. He texted me the next day and was like, "You got plans tonight?" I was like, "No, I do not."
So it was Wednesday, and right after Thursday, you're out again. I love that. So. Okay. So, I mean, the communication wasn't that bad then if you went right in there.
Yeah, like I said, we just met each other, but once we got the vibes going, of course, I was like, yeah, let's see each other again. So.
Okay, nice. So how's it going now? Like, have you guys drinks, sushi? What else? What's going on?
Right now, I think that personally, I know we had some bumps in the road, but I feel like that's not something that we can't get over. So I think this is part of growing, learning process in a relationship. It's like growing pain. So
bumps in the road already.
I think that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk? What are these bumps that you guys are experiencing?
Communication.
It's still happening.
It's communication mainly more so. I try to be as vocal as I can about what my needs are in communication. Like Josh said, it's a work in progress for him. He did mention that was something that he struggles with. And it's weird because it's not like he struggles to open up and share like stories from the past or what have you not. But I think when there's conflict involved, or not even conflict, because I don't feel like we argue. We have a difference of opinions.
Okay.
And sometimes emotions can be involved with that too. And I would say the time frame also of him going about just shutting down is what's been mainly more so an issue.
Okay.
So
I see. And I do recall on the episode you guys were on, I think you asked how do they handle conflict and stuff like that. You did mention you take your time with like, going at the issue, whatever it is, and I think now you're experiencing that.
I did. And however, in I believe the lineup of me asking a characteristic trait, that was something that he had mentioned may happen. And I just was like, of course, as long as you're able to communicate that with me,
Right.
so that way I can know we're coming back to this or we're okay. That was something that was also like very big for me. So
Okay.
I just think that's where we need a little bit of work on, is just him being able to communicate, because sometimes it's just going to leave me in the
Wondering.
dark. Yeah, in the
Okay.
dark. So, and we're both trying, but I'm trying also my best to be able to kind of figure out what's going on, or
Damn.
so
Trying her
yeah.
best.
Okay.
She might
So
like
what
it.
do you feel stops you from like just letting her know anything? It sounds like.
That's a good question. That's something I think I'm still trying to figure out.
Okay.
Right? So that's just gonna take some personal growth. But I think as long as Jované allows me the patience, as long as she's patient with me and wants to continue with the journey in terms of like allowing me to evolve in that aspect, I think it'll work out. I think the
Okay.
potential is there, and I think that I hope that she would like to see it through. So.
What's his face? What's his face?
It's no face. I mean,
it was definitely a face.
I mean, Josh knows. We've had multiple conversations just about, I think one thing he asked me also in reverse was like, well, what is a characteristic about you? My patience, because at the end of the day, as long as there has to be some type of compromise as far as like asking for that patience, as well as giving and trying as well. So I think that's sometimes where we can kind of hit like a bump in the road, is my lack of patience sometimes, and him trying to come together to talk. I have had conversations with him, and I do sometimes hold him to a higher standard with age and experience as well, to know how to communicate.
Yeah.
So I think that's sometimes where my patience can come from, simply is just like, okay, I'm trying the best I can. I want to make a relationship work. He has experience in relationship. I've had maybe like a year times frame with relationships, so I want to be able to learn these things, as far as communicating better with somebody. And I feel like there's so much potential there. It's just like, come on, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay. So you feel like you're having to really pull information out of him? Is
yeah,
that what it is?
information, or just him. Honestly, I don't want to say caring, but it's like, what's up? Why are you quiet? You know what I mean? So sometimes it can be like that. So, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I try my best to call, talk, and it's like, let's talk the next.
I ain't gonna lie, how he loses. She look, simple. My fellas, I know y'all agree with me. Simple.
Day, or, like, let's leave it alone for right now. And it's just like, all right. So.
Yeah, so for me, like, I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle with time management. So I do have a lot of things going on right now. Working on my second master's. I got clients, like I said, and I'm just trying to balance it. So yeah, I think that's I think that I have it in me to. I think I definitely do have it in me to get to that potential. Like I said before, as long as she is patient, because I think that's something that maybe she needs to work on as well. So.
And maybe I do. And maybe I do.
And then so you mentioned like you have like a higher expectation of him because of age. What's the age difference again? How old are you, Josh?
So I'm 39.
39.
And I'm 28.
28. Okay, so that's
damn
good for you guys. Like the age gap is not a problem.
It's absolutely not a problem.
Okay.
I like dating older men, because realistically, working out for me with men my age, we all are continuously growing and learning.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do really love dating older men, because it comes knowledge, wisdom. So I guess with that, there are expectations. Just, with past relationships that I would have expected to kind of allowed you to learn something along the way as well, especially when I'm trying to give him my all at my little age. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. I think you want to say something.
That being said, I think we had this talk, and I said that, everyone has different strengths and weaknesses within their lives, and I know that you feel like that should be a strength, but I may be strong in other areas, but that may be my weakness. And as long as you, like I said, allow me to build up on that weakness and turn it into a strength, I think that the potential is there, because I definitely want to make it work. And so
Damn.
Okay,
Ain't
so
work
where
out.
are we today? I know
Ain't
you guys.
work
You
out.
said you want to make it work. Sounds like you also want to make it work, but your patience is running a little thin. So where are we today? Like, if we leave here now, are you guys still talking, or is it like?
Well, you answer that. When's the last time we spoke? I believe
Ah, shoot.
Thursday was the last time we spoke.
Today is Sunday.
Yes, that's the longest we've been without speaking. Yes. Yeah.
Why? What's going on?
I'm still trying to honestly figure it out. I think that if I could get your perspective, and then maybe because, yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. So what do you think happened?
What?
We've, I feel like we've ran into conversation where we express certain doubt that we still may have with each other.
Okay.
Whether that be one or the other up and leaving, or whether that be just the topic of family or kids. Sometimes we just have difference of opinion.
Okay.
And I believe we went out Wednesday. We had dinner. This past Wednesday, we had dinner. It was okay, but also coming into that dinner, we were having a little bit of riffraff of a difference of an opinion. But of course,
you said on the family and children thing?
Yes, it was, and that conversation happened, I believe, Tuesday. So going into Wednesday, the dinner date, we kind of had quiet in the day, I would say.
Wow.
But we didn't allow that to stop us from having dinner. We had a great time. Thursday, I wanted to go over and just speak with him, you know, just kind of fill out the vibes from the conversations that we've been having.
Okay.
I brought some dinner over. I brought some wine that we both like to drink, and
Ooh, she set the vibe.
I believe we were just honestly talking about, you know, who's gonna get in the shower first, you know? I went and I asked him to keep an eye out on my dog for me, like while I'm in the shower. He has a dog as well.
Okay.
So and he has a boy dog, so I just wanna be able to make sure that they're
Who gonna get in the shower first? But she came over to his crib. Why isn't she already showered? She came with dinner. She came with, maybe she didn't have time to take one, but I don't know. I don't know. Something, I don't know.
You have a girl dog?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I just wanna make sure that they're safe, separate, and not
Don't tell me
punching on each
Yeah,
other.
right.
Don't tell me she
So,
mad about the dog. Hold
when I
on.
asked him if he can keep an eye out on my dog for me while I get in the shower, it was like, well, babe, you know, I want to enjoy my food. Like, you know, I'm trying to relax and enjoy my food. And I guess it made me a little frustrated from the lack of communication we've already been having throughout that week. And also, he mentions that he wants children, you know, sometime soon in the future. So I just feel like if we want to have children sometime later in the future, if that's something that we're talking about, and I need you to watch the baby while I go in the shower when you're trying to enjoy your food, it's like, at what point do...
Hold on. That's different. A dog, and I know to some people it's not different, but in reality it's different. Your seed, your flesh and blood, your kid, animal. Simple. But I know I see what her mind at. I see what her mind at. And shit, nigga like, man, what these dogs trying to eat, man? Them dogs ain't simple. Let them, hold on.
We have any type of compromise to help me out. You know, marriage is always the goal. You know, he still wants to be married and have children, but you don't want to be married and still a single parent doing things on your own. So it did frustrate me. When I got out the shower, you know, he asked me like, yo, what's going on? You kind of saying things in the shower or whatever. I'm like...
Why she just didn't separate the dogs? Why she ain't? I'm pretty sure you got multiple rooms. Put one dog here, one dog here. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm not picking no sides. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Y'all know I'm fair. Y'all know I'm fair.
If this the end, like, I'm just kind of like, I'm like, can't watch my dog. Like, I need to just shower. Like,
she was talking shit.
And I get out the shower. You know, he's like, babe, what's going on or whatever. I'm just like, you know, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating, our communication, let alone like you want to watch the dog or excuse me, the lack thereof, and just whatever. And he looked and he just grabbed his towel and he went in the shower and he didn't say anything. And I just took my items and I just left. So, and we hadn't really spoken much since. So,
let's hear.
Are you serious, bro?
Let's hear from you, Josh.
Yeah. So
What?
definitely, you know, at that moment in time, I take full accountability. You know, my lack of consideration. You know, at the time, I just had got in from work. I was tired. She brought food over. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I just ate it. Like,
I was like, what? What about me?
Yeah, why you wait on me?
Forget the dog. Forget you.
I got
My
a
stomach comes
fork too.
first. Okay.
So, but now that I look back and I can see how,
That
the
communication
time
is a big
spent
one, bro.
coming to my place and, getting everything ready.
I understand, bro.
I could see how much work she put into that.
Right.
And I just felt like maybe I didn't reciprocate that in the best way I could have. So I apologize. I'm a work in progress, and
That nigga ain't give a F.
so.
Okay.
It's okay.
So that happened Thursday. So since Thursday, she left, you got in the shower, you didn't reach out to her from that point to talk about this, nothing?
No. When I left, I didn't receive a text message. I didn't receive a call.
She
Like,
wanted
where
to
you
chase.
at? Like, what
She wanted
happened?
him-
What's going
She wanted him
on?
to chase.
Come back.
Josh.
Just me and my dog left. But yeah, I mean,
It's that dog, man.
Yeah.
It's the dog.
So I'm like I think I
really
said on the
is.
show, like I'm the type of person that doesn't I try not to react. I try to respond. So I felt like, all right, let me give some time. That it was heightened energy, heightened emotions. Let me give some time for it to kind of maybe simmer down, and then I could get back to her. So, and I think that I think it was okay time frame. Maybe you say different, but I felt like that was my intentions.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I know everyone has their own time frame
man.
of what they think is a good amount of time of when it's okay for them to go and talk to someone. So I guess for you, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days.
But
3 days.
I'm so funny. I just said something in my head. I'm so funny. Oh my God. Y'all wanna know what I said? I said she need a nigga like Kevo. Hold on. She need hold on. Simple. Hold on. He don't talk enough. Simple, he ain't good with his words. Hold on.
It's just the communication, aspect of it. Like I said,
I'll talk to y'all. Hold on.
I think,
Let's
like I
finish
said,
this.
there's potential, and it is just honestly the in between communication that is kind of where it's been a little bit difficult. So
Okay. Because when you guys are together, are you opening up, and it's more so just if the conflict comes up, it's a little more you kind of don't really know how to handle that?
yeah.
Or?
Wait, so you're asking me, am I opening up during our interaction?
Right, so is the communication all around, where it's just even if you're in person, you can't really open up, or is it more so just conflict based? If a conflict comes up, it's more so I'm gonna give that space.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think definitely when it's conflict based, I definitely shut down. In terms of opening up, I think that's a gradual process, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job in terms of you getting to know who I am, maybe some of the experiences I've been through, and what makes me me. So it's mystery in it, and I think mystery is sexy as well. It keeps the vibration highs too. So it's like I'm like an onion. You just gotta keep peeling back the layers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Okay. All right. Any final thoughts between either one of you?
I don't have anything negative, of course, to say. Josh is great, like he mentioned. He does do a good
I
job.
was gonna say I think they done, but yeah, they done. He came back on the show.
With opening up and communicating in that aspect to get to know him. It is just when we have conflicts. So who knows? We're just going to have to keep working towards our communication and just opening up with each other. And I don't have any doubt that, he'll get there as far as his communication is concerned. So.
Oh, I guess I wanted to ask, have you seen improvement? From you guys said you had a few other conflicts before this. Is it gradually getting worse, or
no? It's not gradually getting worse.
Okay.
Josh is the type of person where he can hear something that I'm saying and he'll listen. He'll do his best. I can see him trying.
Okay.
But it's definitely not getting gradually worse.
Okay.
No.
That's
no,
good.
It's not there though. So.
Okay. Any final thoughts on your end, Josh?
Not really. I think that I appreciate you. Doing your hardest to be patient with me, and still continue to go on this journey with me, and but just to have the opportunity and experience to experience you, it's a pleasure, and I appreciate the opportunity to get to know you. So.
Yeah, he messed up.
Yeah.
He messed up.
Well, I'm really, really hoping things work out
He
between
messed
the
it
two
up.
of
He
you,
messed it up.
because it's just beautiful to see. It's beautiful.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. So, I wish you both the best.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be keeping tabs. If you see my
Yes.
name pop up, I'm watching your story.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm just keeping tabs.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Well,
appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. And then, just because people will be following you guys on your journey, whatever it may be, are there any upcoming projects that people can be on the lookout?
No, I'm simple. I'm just in school right now, like I said, to be a realtor here in Arizona and working, taking care of my Zoe and just strengthening relationships all
Damn
around.
Zoe.
So,
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, same thing. I think I'm simple as well, and I'm just, continue. I feel like I'm proud, just working on myself. So that's the upcoming project. Just keep
Okay.
working on myself. So yeah.
And you think you said you're in a master's program as well?
Yeah, I'm actually working on my second master's, and
Nice.
then so I could be fully licensed in Arizona to do therapy. So
Okay.
so that's what I'm working on. So.
Okay, well, good luck to both of you with your realtor
Thank
school
you.
and all that good stuff. So, thank you everyone at home for tuning in, and thank you both for coming in today.
Damn, that was a lot. That was a lot to simple. I'm gonna do my job though. Hold on, Hold on. So correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think she just got one dog and he got a dog, or do she got two dogs? I think she just got one and he got one. Simple. And it's his crib. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like where he went wrong was, first of all, eating without her and shit. You could have communicated that simple. She did did all that to make sure you eat and shit. I would have been like, shit, you want me to, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of hungry now. Shit, you want me to wait on you? And she be like, oh yeah, go ahead. Or yeah, wait on me. Simple. Hold on. All right, hurry up then. Hold on. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Simple. It's easy to communicate. It's easy to talk. It's easy to speak, because when you speak, you kill all confusion. Simple. All misunderstanding. Simple. Now, and that's what I'm saying. See, I was joking. I'm like, damn, she need a nigga like Killer, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a problem solver, bro. She would have been like, can you watch my dog? Because I don't want them to da-da-da-da. Okay, if you don't want them to da-da-da-da, I'm about to put him in this room. I'm about to put her right here, or she can stay here and he can go here, or simple. Problem solved. And she was like, damn, you smart. Oh, yeah, okay. She'd be in the shower like, damn, nigga, Kevin's smart. Hold on. Simple. I don't understand her taking a shower at his crib. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she ain't had no time. I don't understand it. But I ain't gonna lie, they both showering up. Hold on, what that mean? Hold on. Simple. They both just got all work. They about to you know what I'm saying? Shower, eat, get it on. That's obviously what it was gonna lead to, and he screwed it up. Simple. She wanted him to chase her. I don't think she was done with him. And that's what I'm saying. I could tell she actually liked him, but his nonchalantness and him not knowing how to communicate, he ain't really leading, basically. You feel me? As a man, you gotta lead, bro. Simple. I understand women, blah, 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 but women gonna follow suit. If she's submissive, she gonna follow suit. I like to laugh and shit, so I probably would have turned into a joke. I ain't watching them dogs, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? We about to just separate their ass. She'd be like, all right, cool. This is what I would do, honestly, bro. Either grabbing that ass, I'm grabbing that ass. You know what I'm saying? Give me a hug right quick, grab that ass. Simple, man. Smack that ass. Simple. All right, hurry up. I'm ready to eat. Simple. In a jokingly manner, not no, you need to hurry up. No. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? On some fun, on some chill, on some, hurry up, I'm ready to eat. Simple. Then, you know what I'm saying? We watch a movie, Netflix, cheese. Hold on, let's cheese. I feel like, man, bro, I don't know if you ever see this, bro, but, bro, work on your communication. I know you got the new match now. Simple. Work, just communicate, bro. Be the man, be the leader, bro. All that childhood trauma and all that, I understand, bro. Especially when you said layers and all that. I related to that because that used to be me. Simple. But just communicate, bro. Especially with your woman. This your girl. This somebody you gotta open up to your girl, bro. You got to, bro. Fuck the world. Open up to your girl. Simple. Cause she the one that's gonna be there for you, and y'all trying to do something together. So she not the enemy. Simple. She, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like she the enemy or you feel like she gonna use something against you, she not even the one. Simple. But yeah, bro, definitely work on your communication. Be that man, and lead, bro. Simple. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta not say nothing because you feel like she ain't gonna like it, or you feel like, bro, speak your mind and come from a genuine state of point. She's gonna feel you. Simple. And you gonna feel her. Simple. So she wanted him to take the initiative and chase and call her and be like, come back. And she probably would have came back. Simple. They would have talked it out. But he didn't do that. I guess he said he was giving it some time, but he gave it days. I ain't gonna lie. She came over with the food If she feel comfortable, because you got to be a certain level. I feel like they probably already did something because you got to be a certain comfortable, comfortable. Hold on, help me out. Hold on, comfortability. Hold on, I'm smoking. Comfortability to even get naked and take a shower in somebody's crib. Simple. And that's somebody's crib. You don't know if they tub clean. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So obviously some boundaries have been crossed. I don't know. She type woman, she know what she want. And she ain't really settling for less, really. That's what she seemed like. So, you feel me? And she just really wants somebody to lead her, and that's all it is. That's what they all want. Simple. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't really lead. She didn't run a shit track star because she just left without saying nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Hold on. I would have. Hold on. You just gonna leave without saying nothing? Like, you just gonna take your simple. That's a valid point right there. You just gonna leave without saying nothing? Like, but you didn't say nothing when I just told you didn't say nothing. You just went in the shot. Hell no. Hold on. Hey, look. Hey, hold on, right quick. Stop. Hold on, let's chill. Simple. See, he got to talk, bro. He got to talk. You know what I'm saying? When she express herself, you express yourself back. You don't hold it in. Now it's some confusion. Now she feels some type of way. Now she feel like something that you not even tripping about. This nigga probably wasn't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? He probably wasn't even mad. And she feel like he mad. He being funny, da-da-da. And that probably wasn't the case. Simple. But you got to communicate that. So, yeah, his communication definitely messed it up. I ain't gonna lie. Comment down below what y'all would have did about the dog situation. Because I'm not watching no dogs, bro. Like, I'm sitting there watching the dogs while you in the shower. I just got to work. I'm tired as hell. Like, I'm sorry. I ain't about to watch no dogs. I would have used my brain and be like, we just gonna split them up. You feel me? We just gonna split them up. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm not no animal person, though. That's probably why I say that, because I'm not no animal person, but I'm not no pet person. Simple. I do understand the kid situation, too, because an animal, a pet is a pet. It's like a kid, because you got to take care of it. But I was coming from a point where I'm finna go walk the dog. I ain't gonna walk my son. Simple. I ain't gonna walk my son on a leash. I'm gonna walk a dog on a leash. I ain't gonna walk my son on a leash. So don't compare the two. My dog gonna eat out of a bowl, you know what I'm saying, on the floor. You know what I'm saying? My son gonna, simple. That's where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I'm gonna go the extra mile for my kid. Like, yeah, I watch him. Yeah, that make more sense. Hey, watch little Kevo right quick. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't even have to tell me that, because nigga, that's my son. I'm not gonna watch him. I know you getting in the shower. I know somebody gotta watch him. So you feel me? See, at the same time, I don't know, man. I guess it be mindsets. You know what I'm saying? Age don't really matter. You feel me? I'm 28, but age don't really matter, bro. It's all about your mindset and the character and all that. You know what I'm saying? So we all got stuff to work on, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect out here. We all got stuff to work on. We all could be better, bro. So hopefully, I'm just saying this go around. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because you want a wife, bro, but you got to be that leader, bro. You gotta lead that shit. Simple. You got to run that shit. Simple. Not on no crazy shit. Not on no toxic shit. Not on none of that shit. I'm talking about as a simple, to be a husband, like the man of the house, like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't getting that from simple. Comment down below. Tell me how y'all feel about the situation. Okay, I'm glad it's better her than the girl in the black. Simple. I feel like the girl in the black is I don't know. She's a Jezebel. Simple.